We present you with a new medication, Neoreodez, a stabilized solution of sodium hypochlorite for infusions, 0.06%. It is well known that any disease entails intoxication syndrome of varying degrees of severity. There are no drugs in the doctor's arsenal that fully incapacitate toxins. Since the mid-60s, hemodesium was known and commonly implemented as a universal detoxifying agent for a wide range of intoxications. Due to severe complications, particularly kidney defect, hemodesium was subsequently banned by the World Organization of Health and discontinued. Currently positioned, so-called detoxifying agents do not inactivate toxins. In fact, they are a class of drugs that only assist the body resist intoxication. Intoxication, poisoning of the body, occurs with water-soluble, hydrophilic or fat-soluble hydrophobic toxins. Furthermore, if the cause of intoxication is a water-soluble toxin, then the antidote is by hemodilution followed by forced diuresis. Accumulation of fat-soluble toxins is a major problem of detoxification therapy. This problem is partially solved with the currently existing methods of extracorporeal detoxification. Hemodialysis and hemoabsorption were and expensive methods which cannot be widely applied. Further research in this direction led to the creation of a system of indirect electrical oxidation, in which the blood doesn't come into direct contact and only exposed to active oxygen carrier. Sodium hypochlorite produced in a special electrochemical plants. Within the body, sodium hypochlorite releases active oxygen and oxidizing toxic and ballast substances contained within, causing a powerful detoxifying effect. However, the instability of sodium hypochlorite, the shelf life of the finished solution is 24 hours, as well as its ability to cause burn the vessel walls and destroys the weakened intoxication erythrocytes, its negative characteristics, thereby limiting widespread use. Developed by us drug Neoreodez is a 0.06% sodium hypochlorite solution stabilized with taurine with the formation of N-chlorotaurine. Neoreodez detoxification effect is due to the fact that associated with taurine and gradually freed upon the internal administration of sodium hypochlorite leads to an activation of the toxic compounds, transforming them from hydrophobic to hydrophilic substances, which are subsequently successfully excreted through extraory organs and the fibrinolytic activity increases. Disaggregation of platelets, reduced blood viscosity, improve microcirculation. Thus, Neoreodez by freeing sodium hypochlorite has the following properties: inhibition of lipid peroxidation, inactivating enzymes in the blood, increased concentration of bilirubin, urea, creatinine, alcohol of the complex of middle molecules, fibrin degradation products, oxidation and inactivation of exo and endotoxins by transforming toxic hydrophobic compounds in hydrophilic that are actively excreted through excretory organs. Direct anticoagulant activity that promotes disaggregation of platelets, improves blood rheology and microcirculation. Oxidation of glucose and compounds containing SH groups. By freeing taurine, Neoreodez provides cardioprotection in conditions of ischemia refusion. Neuroprotective effects manifest through improvement of cerebral circulation, cognitive functions, elimination of neurotic symptomatology and somatovegetative disorders, which afflict patients with organic brain damage. Neoreodez has a hypoglycemic effect, exhibits an inhibitory effect on the kallikrein-kinin system. It reduces the manifestations of intoxication caused by the use of cardiac glycosides, potentiating normalizing their effect on energy balance of microcardium. Additionally, it has a positive inotropic effect that presumably is a result of the influence on the concentration of calcium in the cardiomyocytes due to inhibition of the fast sodium, calcium, and ATP-sensitive potassium channel. It has antiarrhythmic effect, is a powerful cytoprotectant, regulates the metabolism of phospholipids, the main component of the cell membranes, and directly affects the stability of the membranes. It also increases the resistance of platelets to aggregate. Very important that metabolite of Neoreodez is sodium chloride 0.9%. Neoreodez. Solution in bottles of 400 milliliters. It is a unique, versatile, and physiological union of detoxification, antimicrobial, antiviral, antifungal, antioxidant, anticoagulant, and antiplatelet functions, which provides a wide range of application of our preparation in medical practice. The scope of Neoreodez: jaundice, bilirubin, any etiology, acute pancreatitis, moderate and severe forms of the flow, peritonitis, acute liver failure, chronic liver failure, acute renal failure, chronic renal failure, poisoning by drugs, medicaments, and biological substances, septicemia of different genesis, thermal and chemical burns complicated with intoxication syndrome, toxic effects of mainly non-medical substances, chronic diffuse liver diseases, in particular hepatitis of viral and non-viral etiology, hepatosis, cirrhosis, and other disease including cytolysis and inflammation, diabetes, glucose oxidation, and substances containing SH group, abstinence syndrome, reduction of withdrawal syndrome during the abolition of drugs, treatment of intoxication with anesthetics, multiple organ failure, chronic intravascular coagulation syndrome. Direct anticoagulant activity promotes platelet disaggregation and increases their resistance to aggregation. In conclusion, it should be noted that currently in servers of domestic and foreign medicine, there are no drugs with a mechanism of action precisely to the deactivation of destruction of exo and endotoxins. Neoreodez is a unique preparation which unites detoxification, cardioprotective, hepatoprotective, and cerebroprotective functions. It is the only unparalleled drug whose action, which is directed right to the deactivation of destruction of the exo and endotoxins. According to available official data for 2015, Ukraine's bed space is 307,246 beds. Bed turnover, the number of patients treated in one bed, 27.9. It is easy to calculate that 8,572,163 people received treatment in the hospital in just 1 year in the Ukraine. According to statistics, at least half of them require detoxification therapy. Therefore, at least 4,286,082 people will get Neoreodez at the recommended dose. namely 2 vials per day for 3 days, i.e. 6 vials for a course. Then, planned Neoreodez consumption in Ukraine is not less than 25,716,490 per year. This is underreporting data without taking into account outpatient consumption, mobile service needs, the ambulance, and army. In the last 18 years, we have currently completed synthesis of the drug, preclinical tests, clinical trials on healthy volunteers, clinical trials on 3 nosology area, jaundice, bilirubinemia of any etiology, acute pancreatitis, moderate and severe form of flow, peritonitis. Tests were carried out in accordance with Ukrainian legislation and according to regulations of the State Service of Ukraine on Medicines and Drugs Control. All of the documents from the tests are available, including a summary of preclinical and clinical trials. Currently undergoing a phase of drug registration in Ukraine. There are negotiations with the factories that have industrial site with the appropriate certification, where our drug will be manufactured. Contact information is on the screen.